data, device data. And I guess that's because once you're done, I won't get the recording because I don't have enough space after deleting a lot of other stuff I had on there. Okay. Well, as long as you get it, it's all good. Because I did put a lot of recordings on my stuff this past week. So as long as you get it, it's all good. I gotta clean that out too. That's the other thing I'm learning as I go. Low device storage. Low device storage. Okay. I'm assuming because of the ones we kept doing too. Um, Gotta remove those. Now those probably the ones I didn't remove the other day. I need to remove. But yeah, I did a live yesterday. Just popped up after my regular weekday morning 3 mile hike. Still had my stuff on. Just got on the phone. Best feeling every time. It feels so natural, so genuine. Like I've been living my life the whole time. And but what was interesting with some of the people who came online, I ain't seen in 20 years. And they didn't think about it till they came on. And I was like, look at this. This is what I'm here for right here. Like, oh, how you doing? What's going on? What's up, been? Where you at? Because I'm going to visit you. Not people who just sitting there doing nothing, ignoring all of my content, but asking me the same question. They can go get their lazy ass online to pull up. Because it's right there. They just don't want to go to it for free. But yeah, again, I ain't no Herbie Band. You tell me when you ready, it's cool. But it was so good yesterday. It was a few people that came on. I was like, yeah, this is my pop up, y'all. Like I told y'all, I just pop up. My scheduled one is on Tuesday through December. And then I said, just like I used to, I'm just getting back into being consistent again with it. Just I do my weekly pop ups. You don't know when, but if you follow me, you'll know then. Ain't
Right
that
on.
deep? Ain't
Right
that deep?
on. Right on.
But
Yeah, we definitely good to go. Let me clear this out.
okay, yeah, yeah. Like I say, no
About
hurry. But
your
hopefully,
storage.
if you don't see that message, then as long as you get the full content, that's fine. I might not get the full content because they say I got too much storage. I got too much content already on my stuff. So I gotta do it after this. That's what I gotta do this weekend. I gotta clean it up because I'm trying to record some more. So okay, cool, cool. Got it, got it. Actually, I need to move it to my external hard drive. So that's what I'm gonna do this weekend. Let me make a note. Let me make another note. I gotta do that too. I gotta do that too. This gonna be irritating if it's gonna keep popping up the whole time. But it don't bother me though. It ain't gonna bother me. It means everything, but it's like it is what it is. Um,
You
so
should be able to close that, close out that notification.
and you know what? Why you doing that? Why you even doing that since you still doing that? If I got any more left from oh, because we was on what's the name? Oh yeah, let me delete the other day one then. I just thought about it because you want to go on Riverside. That was the other reason. I'm like, yeah, we keep testing and then you got no look how long it take. Again, I'm not tripping because it ain't I already know what's gonna work for me. That's what I'm like, I see. But now that since you still doing that, it's like let me see if I didn't delete the one from the other day. Let me just make sure I delete it um I don't need it. Okay, what was that was this one here? Yep, that was this one here too. Let me just delete that again. If I don't get the whole copy of this, it is all good. It really is. It is not. Man, thank God. Thank God. I listened to him. And because I'm so grateful. There's a lot of things that you say that deep for me no more. And I thank God for that. Let me delete
It
this
looks
too.
like it might. We should be able to get it. Either way, I'll have it to send it. But
Again, if
we
not,
it's
I
in the
don't even
studio,
care.
so
I don't care though. If it's not, it doesn't matter.
it's all in the studio.
It really don't. It is not a big deal to me. It really isn't. Okay, so why you on here though? Why you taking up some of my stuff? whatever you want to call this, little promo or something. Welcome to Riverside promo. Okay, I just deleted all of that because I ain't deleting my recordings now.
Yeah, you know, they do all separate tracks, so that
I'm
same.
just doing this until you ready.
Yeah,
Again, no
I'm
big
ready.
deal to
I'm
me.
ready. I'm ready to go.
Okay, because I'm like,
Yeah.
this is ready for 9 p.m. That's what I'm ready to see. So it's okay for me. It really is.
We got a decent amount
What
of
mama
time.
say, time don't wait for nobody. That's what my mama say. Time don't wait for nobody. So uh I should got some more water, but I'll be okay. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, stop all that, y'all. Even if it's in the background, I don't care. But it's usually nice and quiet over here now. It's usually nice and quiet. I don't pick nothing that ain't nice and quiet. I can't put no price on my piece. So let's stop there. Okay.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not popping up.
What's that?
Uh, no, the Riverside logo is popping up. It's like it's trying to give me a notification, but
You said Riverside gave you a notification?
no, it keep popping up as if it's trying to give me a notification. Probably because I got it open. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Figure that out
Is it
later.
trying to give you a notification now? You might want to look at it now if it's giving you one
I
right
don't know what
now.
is. I don't know what it's doing. It's been doing it the past 15 minutes. It's popping up, but it's
Mm.
most likely that notification that had popped up earlier about you needing to free up your space to continue.
Oh, so you had that notification too, and you just haven't
Yeah.
done it, but you wanted to go live? Oh.
No. It was showing about you. Um, once
Oh,
you
oh,
once you said
well,
it, it popped up.
if we tested all this the other day, I already removed whatever I had to remove off of mine, so I don't know what else. I don't know what else. Today supposed to not be the whole time for tech time, but I already removed everything I want to remove off of mine. So yeah, what other space? I already got rid of it. If I saw the other day, but I guess I did that the other day because I thought I had that on there, but that's stopping you from recording because of that. Well, at
No,
least
that
now
ain't
you know
stopping
too.
recording.
Oh,
No,
well, if it ain't stopping
no,
for recording, then I
no.
shouldn't have nothing to
We
do
are
with why
look.
you ain't recording. That's something that you got to do
We
then.
are we are
Oh,
we are
okay.
look.
So so what I got, it shouldn't be a problem because again, this ain't deep for me. So podcasts haven't been, and I'm not about to make it become. But yeah, if it got nothing to do with me, then I'm just chilling. You continue doing what you doing, then if ain't nothing I gotta do on my end. And then whenever you ready, then we can rock.
Yeah, we good. We live. We live right now.
Oh, we are. I don't see no time on it.
Yeah, we definitely live.
Well, okay, we live then. We live then. This is a
And,
part of
and,
why
and
y'all only gonna see me very briefly on this platform. Because I usually need to know when and I can see it, but I can't, but it's okay. I don't see anything. Like I did before, but that's okay, y'all. Hello, 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 world. Hello, hello. What a wonderful feeling to listen to some social healing with your host, Teresa B, on Social Healing Podcast, but I'm right now on the Sub Blood platform with your host, Zach. So how you doing, Zach? What's going on today?
I'm doing good. Welcome everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Okay,
Social
now y'all,
media
I'm not gonna do
world.
too much looking at comments, so I'm gonna let y'all know that now. But if y'all want to start putting your comments on there, that's fine. But I am the host for today, so I want to be able to just let y'all know that if y'all chime in, you can still put your comments there. But I do want to let y'all know what this one is on. I am here to be able to talk to Zach on a to be continued from our last conversation. So this is to give you all a little bit more insight on who he is. And then if we can't get to your comments, if Well, he'll probably be looking for your comments. I won't, because I'm here to be able to have him share more about himself with you all, so you could get to know a little bit more about him and what he is trying to work on doing. You learn a little bit more about Sub Blood Podcast. But any questions that you do place in the comments, those questions will then be answered during the next recording or on his platform individually when he goes live, y'all. Okay. So I got to also make sure I put out that disclaimer as well on what this one is for today, as I am who host Teresa B, y'all. So, what I also want to say is happy Friday Eve. I like to say this is Friday Eve because my mind be already prepping for the weekend on Thursday. So I like to say that. Got my water, got my wine, all of that. And just a little sip. I'm not even gonna sip that much on this because we ain't gonna be that long. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all that too. We won't be that long, but I do want to be able to make sure that y'all get to know a little bit more about Zach, because on the first one, if you go back to the first one, and I don't even think it's on here, but when you all go back, when you listen to the first one, you check out the first one. Once we start uploading it on our platforms, you'll be able to get more of the background with Zach. He's from Chicago. He shared a lot of his background with growing up in Chicago and why he decided to come to Arizona. So he shared a lot of that. You can go back to that one to get that information. And on this one, we're going to learn a little bit more about Zach and what he more about a lot of things that interest him. But before we do, I wanted to play a little quick game with Zach for a minute to break the ice a little bit. And this one is Black Card Revolt. Black Card Revolt. So I'm playing this with Zach. And for those that will be listening and watching, but the main thing is listening because the recordings will be available later on both platforms as well. So you can listen to it at your convenience. But Black Card Revolt. Got this. Shout out to the owner of this. I'm not getting paid for this, but I normally like to put out some things that interest me as well. And Black Card Revolt was one of them. So let me see. Let me read to you what it says on the back, and then we're going to get to the instructions, and then we're going to go from there. It says this is a laugh out loud, sing it like you mean it, must-have game for people who love Black culture and Black people. If you can't answer these questions, that's what it says on here now. You might just need your Black Card Revolt. That's what it say. That's what it say. Just let y'all know. That's what it say. So let's go, Zach. So Zach,
coming with some heat.
You ready, Zach?
I'm ready.
Okay. So let me see. Is there any other instructions out here? So I'm gonna ask you a question. And then there are four options to choose from. And I'm going to give you a topic as well. And let me see. Actually, let me see on this one. There we go. So I'm going to ask you a question. And I have not, and these are questions that the first time I'm looking at it too. The ones that I already looked at, I had already put to the side because I wanted to surprise me too. This is why I like these entertaining games. And those, again, I don't get paid for this, but personal experience is what I'm about, and that's what I share, and the lessons I learned, that's what I'm here for. So one of the things about it, y'all, I attend many Black events, and Black owners create games, and this is a lot of what we do. So I'm just giving y'all a little snippet of it, but you can get this on Amazon, y'all. And shout out to the owner for this. Shout out. Free promotion, that owner. See? Free promotion. Okay. So I'm going to ask you a question. There are four options. You choose the best one, okay? And I'll give you the topic so you can get an idea. So this topic is on history.
Okay.
History, okay? History.
Okay, I'm good on history. I think I failed that class like every year.
Okay, so again, this is Black people and Black culture.
Yeah,
So if you
I see
love
you
black
doing
people, black culture, you supposed to just know this
it. Right
because
on.
you know black people, black culture. Okay, I'm
Right
just
on.
making sure. So
Let's
we don't
go.
got no
Let's get it.
explanation behind why your black card might be revoked. I'm just making sure. Okay. Okay. According to the rules, I'm just telling you what it said. I didn't create this,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
think it's pretty nice.
Let's
Okay.
go.
So this question is: before he was a member of the Nation of Islam, what was Malcolm X called? Okay. I'll repeat it one more time and then I'll give you the 4 responses. Before he was a member of the Nation of Islam, what was Malcolm X called? Was it A, Young Slim, B, Red, C, Slim, or D, Detroit Red?
Hmm. That's a tough one. I definitely should know that one for sure. Um, I'm gonna go with Slim. I forget which
Okay,
one.
so after 10 seconds, because 10 seconds, that's what I needed to add to. 10
Okay, yeah, yeah.
seconds is the
I think I got it up
is
in. I
how
got it
long we're
up in
gonna
there.
do on this.
I got
And
the
it was
response
right
in
on
there.
time.
Okay, right on.
Okay, so C Slim, that's what you're gonna go with.
I'm gonna go with Slim.
Okay, it is Detroit Red.
Detroit
Detroit
Red.
Red.
Right on.
Detroit Red. And not only because that was his upbringing there, just to let you know, but also because he was a lighter complexion. That's parts of why. So I'm just gonna add that in there too. Okay, now we're gonna do one more. One more now. So that was history.
That's all it took with one.
What you say?
I said with that question, it should have only been one.
Again,
You get
black
that,
culture,
though.
black people.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
this
yeah.
one is
Let's
a
go.
different topic. Different topic. And this is on music. Music. Okay? Music. Ready? Ready, Zach?
Let's go.
10 seconds after I repeat it twice and then give you the responses twice. Then the 10 seconds starts. Okay? All right. So, who taught you how to spell the word independent? I'm going to repeat the question again. Who taught you how to spell the word independent? Now I'm going to read. Now I'm going to give you the 4 responses 2 times. Is it A, the teacher, B, Lil Webby, C,
Oh, shit.
Destiny's Child, or D, Lil Boosie? One more time. I'm gonna give you this one more time. A teacher,
Oh,
B, Lil
man.
Webby, C, Destiny's Child, or D, Lil Boosie.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Boosie.
Okay, so how does it go? If you go with Lil Boosie, can you tell us how it go?
I'm trying to pick out the song. I want to say
Well,
I
what was
want to
the
say Lil.
question? Who taught you
Who
how to
taught you?
spell the word independent? I
Yeah,
N
yeah.
D E P E N D
So
E N T. Do you know what that means?
the thing
And I don't
is,
even listen to
they both got them
this.
southern. They both from the south. But shit, I'm sticking with my answer. Final answer.
Well, yeah, that is,
Boosie.
but that's why I was asking you how do
Yeah,
it go since you said it. So yes.
yeah, it goes like that. But I'm trying to get the voice out there. And for whatever reason, they both sound the same to me. But I want to say that's probably since he's the biggest artist, in my opinion. I'll go with Boosie.
Okay, so it's not because you wasn't familiar with the song, because I don't know who was big or not. I just know the song.
Oh, what I mean that's who I'm more familiar with. I remember them
Okay,
both, but like as far as the music, I'm gonna
okay.
go with him since he's the biggest artist,
Well,
probably.
again, that's correct. I just asked you since, but it sounded like you didn't know the song, but you saying that's why because he was the biggest artist. Got it though. Got it. Not a problem. But to repeat, is who taught you how to spell the word independent? So I don't listen to a lot of that music, but I
Hmm.
at least know that one because how you spell independent. I did, but okay. All right. So we
So
got through that. We got through
was it right
that.
or wrong? Who was it?
As for the 4th time, it's Lil
Oh,
Boosie. But the black part
okay,
still revoked
okay,
on
right on.
the
Yeah,
first one.
yeah,
Okay.
okay. All right.
I was just
You
asking
got
you what
on
is the
both of those.
song? How does the song go
Okay, right
after
on,
you confirmed it?
right
So
on.
again, that's yeah. Um,
I'm gonna
but
go.
maybe that's why he was
I'm
big
gonna
with that.
YouTube
But
that
yeah.
later on.
But okay. So we got through that. So now that, as I mentioned, we already talked about your background, Chicago, all of that. You with Phoenix. I know one of the other main things that we're about to hit on now, that is one of the main topics that you often talk about offline to me, is dating. You, you sharing more about you, what you looking for based on what your background about you. Because in order for people to know, in order for you to get that woman you looking for, the woman got to know about you. So we gonna get more into that now. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, let's get it.
All
Let's
right.
dive
All right.
into it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's get to it. Um, what is your love language? How do you like to receive love?
How do I like to receive
Yeah.
love? You know what? That's something I'm not really like, and I've been told this. I had this conversation a few times. Um, I want to say maybe words of affirmation. Maybe is one. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna maybe stick by that one for sure. Uh, that's one of the most dominant ones to just float around. But yeah, I'm gonna say words of affirmation is probably one of my love languages.
Okay. And can you kind of expand on it a little bit as to why for you that is how you would prefer to receive love?
Probably because I wanted not so just a mental note, a reminder of what we doing. You know what's going on with us.
Mm.
So uh, just a reminder. So yeah, for me, I feel like that stick out more if we remind each other. Okay, this is why we doing this. You know, so
Yeah.
just putting a
Yeah.
reminder out there because you know they always say it's us against the world. Um, at, at at times, you know, it feel like that. You know what I mean? Like, so we got to be reminded, or I have to be reminded that it's me and you, and you know, we going through this motion. So, you know, just so this is why we're going through this motion. You know, I choose to go to this battle or whatever the case may be, however you see it, with you. So yeah, words of
Mm-hmm.
affirmation, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And would you say now what is more comfortable for you on how you give love? Which language is the most comfortable for you?
Oh man, that's what's language is more comfortable.
Yeah,
Um,
which love language for you is more where it's more natural, shall I say? I would say that instead. What would be more natural for you on how you would normally give love?
Um, I don't know. That's a deep question. I would probably say like, I'm not really sit and think about this one. So for me, everything comes with time. Um, so just so giving that time, sharing that time, being in that space, uh, for me, that speaks volume. So where would you rather
Mm,
be? You know, what would
yeah,
you rather do?
yeah,
So yeah, I'm always those questions are always there, you know. So if you know, it's Thursday. I don't know. Let's say it's Thursday, and I haven't spoke to you all day. You know, would you, you know, what would you, who would you rather be speaking with me? Would you rather see me? Or versus what would you rather do? So if I ain't heard from you all day, I'll think about okay, what was it that she rather have done or was doing or speaking to, you know. So um, and knowing that, you know, give me, you know, that'll lead me to uh, finding out more about you, uh, and that's a plus too. That's a good thing as well. So, but yeah, I would say time, spending time for sure.
mm, okay, okay. So, what are some things you would do that you would generally do with that time with that person that you're with? What, like, give some examples of what that would look like outside of, yes, like you said, you communicating, y'all talking, and you receiving those words of affirmation. But what else would you be? What else does that look like for you on what that time looks like?
So it's let's say so a 24 hour, right? 24 hour, you know, I'm more of a call me. I'm just that's just how I'm being wired. I'm not the big text guy,
Mm.
but if you text me, that's cool. But I'd rather you call me and tell me whatever it is you want to text me, whether it's a good morning or good night or how's your day or what's up, what's going on.
Mm.
So I'd rather hear your voice. I'd rather hear your voice, and you tell me or express to me whatever it is.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm more so in person as opposed to it just being, especially with tech going as far as it has, you know it's no reason why I can't video chat or if we're not in person, just give you a phone call. So um,
Okay.
those two for sure. Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely a big. I'm big in just I'll call you instead of just texting. Um, pull up, you know what I mean, instead of just, um, you know, video chat, even though I rather video
Yeah.
chat. But yeah, I'd rather
Yeah.
just pull up. Rather just put up and see how you are. I need get that raw chemistry, that energy.
Mm.
I mean, it's done for you to just tell a person, I don't want to be bothered. That's fine. You can text me that, but I need to be in that energy. See how
Yeah.
you feel it. Because from there, I may be able to either add or subtract. Um, but yeah, chemistry is huge with me. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that in person, raw, authentic, transaction is definitely uh, a huge thing with me. So yeah, that should be
Okay.
a love language. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm missing it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And the reason why I even bring that up too, and thanks for sharing that, because I think we often tend to and when I say we, I'm not saying everyone, but I think what I have discovered throughout my life, that we like to just say we want somebody, but we don't even know what we want, what we can do for ourselves, and what that looks like of how we want it. So when it comes to like love languages, okay, how do you, what is natural for you when you even interact with someone may not be exactly the same of how someone want to receive it. But if you're communicating that, if you're communicating, this is how it looks like for me as far as what I like to receive. And that can also change too.
Mhm.
Because I mean, even like for myself, I mean, I wouldn't say one thing, but how I would normally like to receive it is acts of service. Acts of service, and to me everything else kind of fall in place because the actions. And a big part of it has a lot to do with because of my service and my and I like to do that, but I prefer to receive acts of service. That's like that top one for me because um a part of that shows to me work ethics as well, because that could be in multiple ways, but it gives me more about that person's actions just by how they do that. And acts of service can, the way I view it, it can be one day it can be more words of affirmation, the next day it could be quality time, the next day it could be physical touch, the next day it can be gifts. So it varies, but that's still providing some type of acts of service, whether it's big or small. So I like to make sure that's known to the person I'm talking to, because you ain't wasting my time. So I'm saying it, I'm putting it out there. And then, because the idea is not to waste neither person's time. So if we share as far as what we at least like to receive, and also what comes natural for us. For me, what comes natural, that also depends too. I do think most of the time acts of service is too much. That's why I don't spend enough time doing other things I have to do, because I give that too much. But I wouldn't necessarily prefer that. I prefer naturally what I give. I prefer to actually give more quality time, and I'm,
Okay.
I'm and I'm real heavy on a quality. So sitting here talking about nothing that serve don't have any substance, that's not quality time to me. So if I'm giving my time, I'm giving this quality time, it gotta be with substance. So I prefer to give more of that, because you're going to get to know me more, and you're going to really get to see why I even value time. That is the most valuable, that's just the most valuable thing that I personally possess, is that. So That's why I wanted to ask you that too, because it's important. It's important to know. This is what I
Absolutely.
like. You know, you like words for affirmation. That's good to know. Because how would that person know if you don't say it? You know? And so it's good that you was able to share it and kind of elaborate a little bit more on what that is for you. And then as far as what comes natural for you of how you would normally naturally give it as well. I think that's key. And I also think what is key is to kind of get a better understanding of what good health looks like for you. So what does that looks like ultimately for you? Not for like anyone else, but what does that look like for yourself? For a host Zach, for Zach. What does that look like for you? Good health. What does that look like?
Uh, Good health. Uh, First and foremost, I would say your mental state. Um, yeah, your mental state. Where you um, that's big for me.
As in that's what
I
good health look
consider
like for you? Okay.
yes, your mental state. So
Okay.
uh,
And what is
uh,
can you can you explain a little more of what that means by mental state for good what good health looks like for you?
so mental state is just I mean we all go through things, so whether it's something
Mm-hmm.
personal you battle in, maybe it's something external you battle in, health, physically, health wise. um, uh, but what's your mental, which dealing with what the everyday to day life. So how you um, just how you view things. So if you on a positive end of things, it's, I like to use the word energy, not all the time, but just how I see it and think about it. But if you're in a good spectrum, or the positive side of thinking, um, for me, I think that's important.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
important. Just what side of your mental is juggling. Let's just say you dealing with something. If you receive it
So what do you
negative,
do? If you're dealing with something, how
So
do you
so if
deal
I'm
with
dealing
it?
with something, or I'm approached with something that I may feel is negative, um,
Mm-hmm.
I may receive it as or see it as negative, and yeah, I have to adjust. I have to adjust, even though I like to be at an all time high, not all time, but
Mm-hmm.
be at a medium, um, and then I just adjust from there. But generally, I'm on a positive side. I'm a more optimistic type of thinker, but also uh, on the flip side of that, I would say I could describe it like a yin and yang type of mentality. I got yin and yang, so I understand it's good, understand it's bad, and I just pretty much adjust and balance it from there. Whatever it is I'm dealing with, whether it's personal um, or a
So what
physical
exactly are you
situation.
doing when you adjust? What does that look like?
So
What are you doing?
if you come in hot, right? Let's just say it's coming in hot. When I mean it's coming in hot, it's coming
Mm-hmm.
in on more so
Mm-hmm.
on the negative side. Uh, uh, I gauge just like how hot it's coming in, and then I adjust from there. I have to, you know, temper. I'm tempering the situation. I'm using a technical cooking term, but yeah, I'm tempering. I'll temper the situation. So if it's too hot, I'm gonna add a little cold. Slow this. I mean, I'm not gonna go fully just ice it down, but I'm gonna slowly ice it down, because for me, I need to understand, you know, um, why is it coming in hot? You know what I mean?
So
Why is
how
it so
do you
hot?
ice it down? What does that look like? What are exactly are you doing to ice it
So
down?
right now, um, I'm adjusting my response level. I'm adjusting,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
adjusting my response level. I'm adjusting, like like everything is being adjusted and balanced to where I can then I'll come and with a response after that. And my response after that is always whether I can deal with it immediately, or I'll just deal with it. And how I'll deal with it is seeing I'll just add some more positive to it, as far as like it won't I won't let it uh, kill my vibe. It's not killing my vibe. So I'm balancing with it. You know what I mean? As far as what I have it's coming to. So I won't let it kill my vibe. My vibe as a again on the positive side. So I most just identify, okay, they come in hot, they mad, or they got something they're dealing with. It could be both. They mad, they got something dealing with, and I'm just in the crosshairs. At the end of the day, it ain't me. That ain't me. It ain't got nothing to do with me. We could talk about it because, again, I am a person like I do feel like your mental state is like sometimes you could be dealing with things and it could just come out on whomever, you know what I mean, because
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
probably not dealing, you may be on a point where you overloading or you just bursting out, you know what I mean, so you're
Mm-hmm.
not you got to the point where you're not balancing it. So yeah, you may, and I feel like we all may have those points at some time, but like uh, yeah, you coming in hot and you just gotta adjust how you respond. So I mean, that's one thing
Mm-hmm.
I try to work over myself as well, just how I respond and react to things, and understanding um, the difference between responding and reacting. So that's another thing is just calculating those. Um, you know, am I respond? Am I react? Um, but I also I have to adjust and balance myself because the outcome of either or, whether it's response or reaction,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
So you kind of
that
pause
could change the
before
whole
you
situation.
respond, so you can get some time to.
Yes and no, because I could be right in the situation in real time, and it wouldn't be a pause. Like, well, sure, it'd be a pause as far as my initial response or reaction. So it would be, but I may still engage as far as asking questions because I'm trying to identify, okay,
Mm-hmm.
what is it, and pretty much go from there. But yeah, that's pretty much that's really how I like to engage it, and look at it. Uh, it's a mental state. Um, yeah, and that helps me identify a lot of things and how I react and engage in just everyday life.
So can you give me can you give a situation, a real life situation? Do you have any real life
So
current situations
yeah,
that
yeah.
you?
So I mean, if everyone don't know, I do have a daughter. So a lot of um, she's one. So um,
Shout
I'm
out to Zuri.
so yeah, I do. I watch her a lot. So if if she just reacting, um, um, of course I'm watching and I'm gauging. I'm seeing, okay, what has been going on, what is going on, what could it be, something physically she's experienced. Um, um, could it be something that she's reacting to? But either way, she's having a response, or some occurrence of happening. So mentally, I'm just trying to identify what's going on. Um, so I may come to the conclusion, oh, she's tired, so it's about nap time. It's probably about nap time.
Mm,
So
okay.
a lot of things I could see, and and it's just about my just always engaging and communicating, um, and just watch it. It take time, it take history. Yeah. So uh, just watching her, I can gauge the situation and say, okay,
Yeah.
she's tired. She having this moment, where she may be, amplified. So. Um,
Okay. I
my
love it.
response may not be, oh man, like calm down or sit down or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just, okay. She's just tired. You know, um,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't necessarily mean I'll just automatically assume that, or just think that. Uh, uh, but I'm just knowing just how she react. I mean, she's the child, so she's learning as she go. Her reaction may
Mm,
be, and I
mm.
feel like for me, it's the same with as teenagers, as adults. We still have that. Um, we still move in that same way. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
it's an experience that uh, we have, or something happened, and we haven't experienced it before, and that's just our natural uh, response or reaction, you know. Uh, but
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely, just try to
Okay.
gauge and just really view and understand based on how, like, where I'm at. So if my mental is, on a positive end where I'm thinking more positive and just not trying to soak up so much negative to where I may have
Mm-hmm.
a different reaction or a different response. For me, uh, it's just more beneficial, then I can
Yeah.
understand that situation,
Yeah.
rather than have respond or react in a more on a negative end to where I didn't gain any knowledge in that, no understanding of why we got to this point, uh, and I'm not even to where I can identify what could we move forward or what could I possibly have done to mitigate or at least
Mm-hmm.
understand and reach some level of understanding of what's going on, why it happened, what's up. So yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much how I jug it, and that's my mental state
Yeah.
of thinking, so to
So the
speak.
way you're mindful of what your daughter's doing, is that the same way you do with others when you with amongst adults? Are you like that the same? That is that the same for you? You're mindful. You're recognizing where the person's at. You're more understanding of their situation, so it makes it easier for you to respond to your daughter that way. Do you apply that same thing when you're interacting with adults?
Yeah, that's one thing I do. Uh, Mostly, I mean, in my day to day, low key, I do it in my day to day, but mainly at work, just to gauge uh, the people around me. I think that's important, um, especially depending on what type of work you do. Uh, just you around these people, they're around you every day. So for me, I gotta know. I don't have to know, but it benefits me more if I know. Okay, this person is they may be dealing with something and they not in
Mm-hmm.
just a great mood. So my
Yeah.
approach may be different. I may approach it a lot more with humor and for me, laughter is always um, just a icebreaker. It's icebreaker. It's distraction. It's in some ways a healer. It's a band aid. I mean, but it don't deal with the actual issue, whatever the case may be. The individual may be dealing with, but it does help the space and the environment. Again, we at work, so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you talking and dealing with people every day. So you just, for me, I
Different
just want to make sure,
personalities and
yeah, different
everything.
personalities.
Yeah.
So I just want to make
Yeah.
just it helps me as well. So
Mm-hmm.
just knowing that I can at least be in a space where it's uh it's conducive to
Mm-hmm.
not only the work that's being done, but me being in that space in general because I live there. I mean, this is my job, but I actually
Mm-hmm.
live there. I actually be there
Mm-hmm.
more than my actual home. So yeah, I, I I want to have this space to be as much of peace as I can, make it be.
Yeah.
You want to be good going to work. And if you ain't good going to work, like most of us not, you just want to be in that good spirit, be in that good vibe, keep that good energy. So yeah, I would like for the people around me to at least have or be at a medium, or positive uh, mental state for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So you
Good
shared that
life
that's
work balance.
how you are at work and parenting. What about dating? Are you understanding when you're dating women? Are you using that same thing? Are you mindful? Are you considerate of what their situation is before you respond if it's a situation? Do you apply that same thing in that type of relationship? When you're into the romantic relationship, we hear the professional, the parenting, and then is that the same way you approach romantic relationships, your understanding with that person that you're dealing with?
So that one,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
what we
say,
want to know.
I'm
We
gonna
want to know
say,
because you're looking for a woman.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Initially, that's always my intentions, right? So it's always my intentions. Uh, and again, communication is one thing I'm big on. I'm big on communication. So, if we going through something, talk to me, tell me what it is, uh, and then we communicate. We move forward as far as finding a solution, uh,
But
on
are you
whatever
more
issue that is.
understanding too? Are you more
As far as
mindful
being,
when
as far
something's
as
happening?
as far as being mindful and
Yeah, like the
understanding.
same thing you said. As a parent, you pay attention, you understand, so you know that why she's doing what she's doing at one. When at work, you understanding, different personalities, they have different situations. Do you still see it the same way when now you're in romantic relationships? Are you more understanding and mindful of what is going on too before you respond and draw your conclusions as well?
To no, I'm not. That's just being transparent and honest, uh, but that is how I approach it. Is that how the outcome is? Not so much. That's something I could definitely be honest, transparent about. Um, but like I said, communication has always been the uh, one of the biggest things. It's weird because that's one thing you hear a lot. You need to be able to communicate and this and that. Um, but um, I think when we deal um, in the sense of a relationship, and
A romantic relationship, yeah.
romantic relationship,
Hmm. Hmm.
it sounds like you emphasize the romantic part.
Well,
Okay,
because again, you know, that's because there's different forms of relationships,
right
and
on.
just like you just said, for your reason, you don't do the same thing in different relationships. In parenting relationships, that's why it's important to make sure we're clear with how you approach things. So for parenting relationship, you're more mindful because it's your daughter, it sounds like. That's why you're more mindful. But you mentioned, oh, because of her age, because of her situation. So you're mindful of where she's at in her life to help you determine how you're going to respond. You mentioned as a professional relationship, you broke
Yeah,
that down. You
yeah,
mentioned why you are the same way, you apply um, the same approach you take as a parent in your parenting relationship, because there's multiple relationships. That's why I'm emphasizing it. And one of the main reasons why I'm also emphasizing it is because oftentimes we hear relationship, oh, romantic. There's a lot of different forms of relationships. So you
yeah,
do got to be clear with that,
yeah.
because just even you and I, this is a relationship.
Uh-huh.
So when it comes to professional, you broke it down. You mentioned you was mindful of the different situations that was going on and the work setting, and then ultimately the end goal is to get the money. So you was mindful of that, you expressed that. So yes, and then when I mentioned romantic, you say you're not the exact same way in that relationship as you are with parenting
Yeah,
and professional. So I
yeah,
want to be able to make sure that we understand why that is. You take a different approach and exactly what that approach looks like for you.
yeah. So I take a different approach because um, I'm at the point where I'm understanding that um, we all have, we all come from a place where we have our own experiences, and
Mm-hmm.
we are trying to um, coexist with each other. You know what I mean? As we are trying to create this foundation, to be a part of this foundation. Relationship wise.
Mm-hmm.
So there may be mental places where you are trying to be a better person for yourself, and not only for yourself, be a better person for your partner. So I give room and grace for the two to happen, in a sense of, again, what would you rather do? What would your focus rather? Where you focus your energy on? Is it more so on because you have to do both. I mean, well, you have to be in a good balance. But where are we giving that? Where our energy going? Is it going to us, as far as us to grow and get to know each other? Um, what are we sacrificing? I mean, what are we bringing? What are we showing? As far as our love languages, our attitudes, our mental state. So, for me, I would need to know, to gauge that. So if I'm gauging that and I see it's not on the level to where it's not a us thing, it's a more so just you thing. Um, then I'll just tread carefully, and of course I will emphasize and communicate on that because um, I would like for my person to hold me accountable for whatever situation, but I'm definitely the same way. So Um, uh, yeah, I would definitely uh, just gauge the person to see, okay, where's your energy going? Are you more so just, is it just to benefit you? Uh, which could be a good thing, could be a great thing. But the end, again, the end goal is us. The end goal is us. We are
Mm-hmm.
trying to.
Mm-hmm.
This is it's the foundation. This is a union. So does it benefit the union? If it doesn't, it's just more so okay. It's a one-sided type of situation. Um, Interactions, experiences will let me know. Okay, this is the pattern I've seen. You know what I mean? It's not the situation. I did this situation for me and us because as far as me, I want this to be a us thing, and it's more so just you know an individual type of benefits, and it just not working. So, uh, but yeah, definitely, I'm definitely I gauge it a little bit different because I want that person to I'm growing myself. I have things I'm going through and trying to do myself, and I feel like as a they should be doing the same. Most likely they are. I don't know. I would just assume they are. Um, but ultimately, is it moving towards this union? Is it moving towards this foundation?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and that's for me. That's the main thing I'm looking at. I'm looking to identify and really communicate. Getting to know that. That's one of the main things I really want to know and understand. So. Uh, but those it takes time, it takes experience. It's not like something you could just tell me and I'll just automatically just believe that that's what it's going to be. uh, no, I mean it takes time, it takes experience with everything. You got to get to know people and the person, get them room to grow, get them grace. um, yeah, and go from there. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Same as work. Like I can meet people at work. Initially, we may not be,
Yeah, everything
communication may
takes
not be the
time.
way, but that doesn't mean, certain people I met at work, and I'm like, oh man, I'm not rocking with this person. Over time, you see them every day. You learn their behaviors, they learn yours. You grew a form of um, you grew a relationship because it is relationship. Coworkers, and you form a relationship, whatever.
Yeah.
But uh, you there are things about that person that you know, and you again, is it that does it work with that union? We work well.
Mm-hmm.
My day work even better if I'm to, having this healthy banter with one or two of my coworkers. That made my day better. That made their day better. The work was good.
Mm-hmm.
I had a good day at work.
Yeah.
How we doing this in relationship? Of course, again, we have our own vices. So yeah, yep, for sure. To
Okay.
answer the question.
I mean, it's up to the women who
Yeah,
you
for
looking
sure.
for. As me personally, yeah,
Yeah.
but we don't got enough time for it, and we ain't trying to build romantic relationship.
Right on.
Um, but as I was saying, it is very common someone say relationship, and don't look at life as that. Anytime you interacted with someone, there is, and for a period of time too, there is a relationship, whether it's personal, whether it's romantic, whether it's just being relatives, whether this is blood relatives, whether it's, I mean, neighbors. There are so, and it's just about how you approach things because it really helps determine who you are and your character. So that's why I also asked, and I gotta put emphasis on it because it do matters. It's like how you approach your child. If that's a human being, then why wouldn't that be the same with any other human being? So that's why I say it's really different. It depends on that person, what they're looking for, and if it sounds like it's enough for them. But I just wanted, my main thing was to just allow you the time to just share what that difference may be. Whether or not it's as clear, this is why we're here.
Yeah.
Because if it's
Yeah.
not, I guess you'll get messages, or maybe you won't, because it was clear enough. So I'm just saying.
Don't flood my
But
inbox with those questions.
Look, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm just here to ask the questions. That's the and to get to understand you more. And it ain't because I want to get with you. Like we gotta kind of get out of that mentality when it's a relationship, especially with me. Most of the time, it's business. If it ain't that, then no. But you got to have some type of personal character, some type of foundation for us to even get to that level. So yeah. It's not necessarily about what I want to hear. It's you speaking your truth and it reaching who you're trying to reach. That's what this is about, and I appreciate it. By the way, too. And so you share a lot of this stuff, and I want to kind of understand a little bit of what are your core values. What are some of your core values?
My personal is for me.
Yeah, this is just about you, not nobody else. What are
Uh,
your
uh,
personal values? Yes. What are they? What are some of those?
uh, Integrity is something that's very near and dear to me. Um,
So okay.
you
So can you kind of explain a
you
little bit?
yeah. But yeah, integrity, yeah, having a moral compass, um, and just just growth. Not that the B is
Okay.
broad as that, but yeah. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, so integrity, right? So um, yeah, you asked me a question about my love language. Uh, so I may have my love language, and I feel like if I let's say it's a woman and I'm courting her or whatever, but and I say that's my love language, it 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 it, it it changes, right? So I don't say it depends because then I have to define what type of person. It changes. I adjust as I go. Again, my end goal is union, is having that foundation. So um, where we may have the opposite of love languages, or you may not be a person who um, initially you may not be a person who is heavy with the communication. Um, you know that that's one of my attributes I have or looking for or want in a partner, and that's
Mm-hmm.
something you are. Um, I mean, if you're interested in me, you know that about me, and that's something that you will adjust or um, consider, or you just bring into your life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because you want
Be
to get to know
open.
me.
Be
Be
open
open,
to it. Yeah.
because you want to
Mm-hmm.
get to,
Yeah.
you want that, that's the end result. That you want to be, relationship with me. So um, having that integrity, just knowing that if you're moving in that way, sure, that shows a lot. That tells me a lot. Having that moral compass. Uh, Again, we all have our own experiences of life, which is why I talked about my daughter. She have a reaction. Everything is new to her. This is something. It's not something she's experienced before. But as an adult, we experience a lot of things. So having that more, just knowing that okay, this person may have had a past. They've been through things. You know, they approach or their response may not be that ideal. But again, the end game is we are looking to have this foundation, looking to have this relationship. You are working towards that. You're working on that. So that means you be communicating more. Well, again, you may not be the person to you may not be the
Mm-hmm.
type to initially communicate or talk about it, but you are doing it more so this time around because you know you want this is something you're open to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as you said,
Yeah.
and yeah, that
Okay.
is something that
Okay. We ain't got that much time
those are two
left
that
though.
plays into my
So
more core values for sure, for sure.
yeah. Okay. Um, and before I continue, because we're about to wrap this up anyway, so just very brief, but do you see any comments on your end that's coming up from your view? Because and this is kind of just to also check because I know you wanted to go live, so I wanted to for you to be able to check and see just for a brief moment if there's if you're able to view
No,
comments while we're
I'll
live through this
no,
platform.
I'm not able to view them right now.
Okay.
Yeah, for the sake of not
Okay.
interrupting the program,
I see
I'm
if you
not
got to
even worried
interrupt
about
it,
it.
then yeah,
Yeah,
and that's what
yeah.
not what I was trying to do.
Uh-uh.
I was just trying to check because then, like I said, I just go on a different platform then and see it pop up if
Yeah.
I can, if that's what I'm looking for. If I'm looking to get to see comments at the time, me, I personally not, but I was just asking to make
Okay.
sure since I know it's on your end. Um, but yeah, thank you for sharing this information with us. And before we wrap up, because I just kind of want to wrap this up a little bit more, but for you, I mean, are you open and like in less than 5 minutes because we don't have that much time left. It took a lot of the time with the tech piece, but for you, are you open to relationship right now? Yes or no?
Yes, I
Okay.
am over. Yeah.
Okay. So, with that being said, I have a few other questions. Do you have an age range of what you're open to? Do you at least have that? Do you have an age range of the and of course it's women. Let me make sure I say that because you do got to say all these things nowadays.
Yeah, I guess. Do I have an age range? My age
Yeah, what's
range
your
would
age
be.
range for women? Yes.
I only date adults. I only date adults, grown
Okay, so
folks.
what does that look
Um,
like though? It could be
age.
18 to 99. So what does that look like for you?
So the lowest I would probably go right now, as far as considering, is sheesh, 20, 20, 24, 24.
Okay. Okay, so then what's your max?
Max will be. I don't want to really put a max on it. And let me say why. I don't want to put a max on it because I don't want to completely shut off the idea of possibly having more kids. Not that I'm trying to have more, but I don't want to completely just shut it off. So uh, we all know that age range as far as whether you should be having kids, whether you don't be having kids. So let's just go with the lucky number 37.
Okay, so
Yeah,
24 to 37 because you would like to have more children.
yeah.
And you are 42?
Two.
You're 42, you're a single father, you have one child who's 1 years old, and the age range for the women that you are more interested in is from 24 to around 37 because you like to have more children.
Yeah.
Okay. And I wanted to put that out too because again, we don't want to waste anybody's time. And of course you
Well,
don't want to waste yours
for
either.
all my mature older women out there, I mean, I'm not just shutting the door, you know. Hey,
Well,
man.
listen, speaking to
Not
some of
at
them, they
all. Not
probably
at all.
they probably got questions anyway when it comes to how that looks like,
Yeah.
and we can talk about that on the next one. But how that looks like with having a 1 year old anyway,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
usually, so it's
Yeah.
all about your preference. It's not. It's
Absolutely.
about what's
Absolutely.
going whatever it is for your life and how you're trying to shape your life and how you want your life created. That's what it's about. So if this is what your ideal is, it's like, let's just put it out there because plus that allows you not to necessarily limit yourself, but be more realistic of what you're looking for so you can focus more on that and be able to not and have some type of direction because going back into the values and getting the things that you previously shared, you want to put all this out, just like you mentioned integrity. If this is what you desire, say what it is so you can also show not only is this something I value this in myself because I have integrity, but I also value this person too. So let me just tell them this is my situation, this is going on. And what I didn't mention for those that don't know, we both are from Chicago. We both live in the Phoenix, Arizona area. And I've been here, he's been here for a little bit over 15 months. And I've been here probably longer than that. A year and a half, I think, for him, but somewhere in there. And I've been here for about 5 months. And right now, what's going on in August, depending on when you're listening to this, thunderstorm and rain. This is the longest I've ever, since I've been here these 5 months, have even it rained this long, and I'm hearing it right now. So
Right.
it's very different. But I'm not complaining either. So I just wanted to say that. But Zach, Zach, thank you for giving us a little bit more. Because again, I know this is one of your main topics that you talk about, romantic relation. And I gotta emphasize it because I know my main focus is business. So, and it is a difference. I approach it similar. It just really depends on what it is. But my approach is similar. It's respect, it's integrity, it's character for me, it's maturity. So that's just what I like to be around. Period. Any aspect, but as far as but I know this is one of the main things that you like to talk about is you are a single father. You are 42, going on 43, right? 42 going on 43. That's correct,
42
right?
going on. Yep, yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah, so this is what this is for, to be able to let you share a lot of this because this is also what you're interested in. You want to have more kids. You want to build all of this. So on the next one, we'll be able to talk about what you're trying to do now in getting there. We'll talk about more of where you are right now because that's what we want to know. You know, what you're trying to build because again, as you mentioned, if you're looking for one with integrity, well, she got to know what it is of where you going in order to know if that's in the same direction she want to be in. So that's what this is, and that's why I say, yeah, just share on because this is what this is for. And please let the people know where you would like to connect with them at, what platforms you would like people to connect with you on. Can you go ahead and let the people know for those that don't know right now?
Yes, ma'am. So you could always tap in, lock in, like and subscribe. I'm on Discord, Sup Blood Podcast. That's SUPBLOOD Podcast. Twitch, you can find me on Twitch as well. Again, that's Sup Blood Podcast on Twitch. If you have Instagram, add me on Instagram at Sup Blood One, SUP Blood One, Sup Blood One. And that's Instagram. Also, you can follow me on YouTube, and that will be again Sup Blood Podcast. On Facebook, it is Sup Blood Podcast, but you also search Zachary Brown, Zachery Brown, on Facebook to yeah, add and subscribe and check content on there. And I'm also on TikTok as well, and that would be at Sup Blood underscore podcast.
Okay. Thank you. And one other thing I wanted to ask is, can you briefly share what type of content that the people gonna see on these pages that you just shared?
So absolutely, a lot of my content will cover not only the conversation we just had today, but also just being in fatherhood. Taking this walk um, as an adult, being an older gentleman and a father. Also traveling. As you mentioned earlier, we are both from Chicago. I did do a lot of traveling around, so I do want to talk about that as well as future traveling. And yeah, yeah. Tune in,
Okay.
tune in, lock in, tap in, check it out.
All right, so y'all lock in if y'all interested in learning some more about Hozak on Sup Blood Podcast. And then we do have one more time that we're going to get together. And what day is that? September 4th. But again, the recording will be on the content. So if you can't make it in, that's fine, that's cool. But go ahead and follow his pages that he just shared with you all. And thank you all for tuning in for some social healing with your host, Teresa B, and co host, Zach
Yes,
ZZZ.
sir.
Until next time, y'all.
All right, social media world, get back with you.